Hello, welcome to the round 3 review and trades. Let's get into it. So, had a pretty bad week, but all things considering, I guess 1847 could have been a lot worse. But yeah, I was sort of structured in a way where I did have a lot of premiums available to play. So we're going to run through that. So even though I had a rank, like a round 3 rank drop, I actually went up overall, but still 22,000 at this time. It's just so disappointing. But let's get into it and see where we're at. Yeah, 3 drafts I'm in, 2 cash leagues. So yeah, won both, which is good. But I think I've got a lot of GWS plays out this week, and even St Kilda as well. And yeah, unlucky on the third one there as well. But let's get into it. So this is the team before trades. So I've captained Butters 3 weeks in a row. Wow, that's interesting. So, 126 is okay, but the Xerri fail, oh my god, I should have known. I mean, I thought he was going to get to 800,000. He didn't even meet his bloody break even. He actually went down in price, but, oh, ridiculous. What a shit show that was. But anyway, let's get to it, eh? So I'm pretty happy with the structure. I'm really disappointed with Blackiston and Windsor. I'm hoping Windsor can improve. I don't know, signs are there. I know CBAs are going down a little bit, but he had a really big quarter. Disposals are quite high. Yeah, I'm going to give them both another week. I mean, if we look at the break-evens, 51 and 53, Blackiston could have a terrible game, and he won't really lose much money, but just giving him that opportunity to maybe have that spike game. But he's pretty much probably going to be gone next week to try and get to one of those, NWM or Whitfield or Ash even as well, if I can. So, yeah, disappointing mid-pricer picks. Pretty happy with the primos, obviously. Pretty happy with the midfield. LDU's been a very solid pick. 115 average. Been very happy with him. Parrish, a bit of a question mark there as well. He seems to play okay against some dogs. Okay, 61 last year, or 2024. So, yeah, I don't really know what to expect there. Very disappointed. That 93 when he started I thought was good, but now getting back-to-back 67 is just terrible for him. I'm going to give him another week if he's named, but let's just wait and see, eh? So, yeah, we'd seem to get beat up by the dogs. I'm not expecting too much there. So, now the forward line, this is a headache this week. I mean, obviously we're going to, I guess, swap. We're going to put Butterick on field. Look, I'm just going to toy around with something here, but this is kind of what, play 1, 2, 3, playing. Marshall out. Let's say everything was going to plan. I actually had a full forward line, right? Everyone should have played, but we've got 1 out for suspension, 1 injured, and then 2 on the bye. I think everyone's going to be quite low in the forwards this week, so I think this could be a good opportunity to actually come back or try to get a bump in the rankings. So I'll sort of run through the move that I'm thinking to do there as well. And Murdoch, a bit of an injury update there. His hamstring, is not expected to be back until round 7, and we're going into round 4 now with a lot of people on the bubble. By round 7, right, I mean Lombards, Filippo maybe, Marshall, even Cook, a lot of these sort of rookies, maybe even Sharp or Blamiers, they might be ready to be cashed out. So I don't love it, but I'm thinking about trading him out and then bringing for a cash cow and then bringing him back in as well. So I'll run through what that's going to look like. But look, keeping it pretty simple. Xerri has to go. Not holding him. He's gone. Isn't it funny when you look at the total points, even with the bye, Bont is 6 overall, and that's in the flex. He's missing a game. It's just freak. So, Xerri to Bont is a done deal, right? That it should be easy because it's going to be so hard to get Bont in, right? And obviously I'll be VCing Butters into Captain Bont. I think that's going to be pretty safe. Don't mind Sheasel. Maybe Dacos as well. How's he gone against Brisbane? Wow, big score there as well. So you could go Dacos. I'm spewing I missed out on his 150 last week, but is what it is. And I'm going to guess if you've got Grundy, you could do it the Saturday night as well. Gorn versus Wits, probably avoid. And then, yeah, there's a few good options, maybe. But no, I'm just going to go Butters versus Richmond into Bont. I think that's pretty safe. So I'm just going to stick to the plan. You know, it'll be Butters 4 weeks in a row pretty much. So, yeah, that's the first move. If all these guys got named, I'd probably only do the one trade this week and leave 200 in the bank to upgrade these guys. But given that we got so much carnage in the forward line, these two out and no cover, I think I've got to make some moves. And unfortunately, I can't get Cook there because there's no DPP yet. It's really annoying. I was going to upgrade to Goey, but he's named, he's playing. Looking at DeGoey, he actually got a huge bump in CBAs as well. So unfortunately the score didn't follow. So I'm not sure what happened to Long there and Pendlebury out now as well, injured. I'm going to back him in. I'm going to give him another week. Yeah, he's got a break even of 75. He might actually lose money at this rate, but I'm going to give him that one more week. And you know, someone to play in the forward line could be an advantage as well. But he's really bloody... what did he get? He screwed me over. 90 in round 0. You know, I was like, this could be good. And then he gets 56 and 64. Has not repaid the faith at all. So let's give him one more week. But yeah, with that break even of 75, he's becoming a big problem. Hopefully we get a bit of a... Just waiting for that game to come. Hopefully it's this week, but if not, he's got to go. So and hopefully Petrarca might come back in a week. Who knows? So the plans for this week are: I'm going to boost. Definitely Xerri to Bont. This is where it gets. This is where it gets interesting. Okay, so I'm thinking Murdoch to the cash cows here. If I don't really like Jones. Plus, there's no DPP. I'm not too sure on Watkins with, you know, Wines. I think even Bergman coming back as well. So I think he got a 69 last week, which is pretty good. You know, if he can go at 70s, you know, last week was definitely the week to jump on. I couldn't because I had to fix up all the carnage. If Xerri's named, he was on the flight over as well for Freo. Just saw today he was on the flight. I'm going Xerri. If he's named, I know he got a really poor score last week, but happy for him to just sit there, and that DPP is going to be really handy as well. Let's just wait and see tonight. But at this stage, I'm thinking to go sideways, and it's easy to correct if he's not named or emergency or something. I can just swap him back. It's not like I'm doing this move for cash. But the plan is to get Murdoch later. Like, even if Xerri can make 100k, and then you trade him back to Murdoch, like, you've already made some money instead of... I guess you're losing a trade, but it gives him 3 to 4 weeks to make some money as well. So, and the DPP, I can hold him longer. I don't necessarily have to upgrade him, but it can be one of the others back to Murdoch. But yeah, that injury until round 7, it's just too long. You know, we might make 150k cash in someone else. So yeah, that DPP is going to be handy. So that's trade number 2. No change to the available cash. So I really don't love this, but given the carnage that's happened, I really need to get another forward on. I wanted to hold Filippo. I do think he's got a chance to make a lot of cash, but Filippo is gone, and wait till you see this. Lukosius, I don't know where he's going to play. He could be a good cash cow option. He's definitely not going to be a keeper. I think he got thrown back, actually. Let's have a look. Did he get any kick-ins? I don't think he got kick-ins, but let's see if there's anything here. Port. He did 2 out of 2 kick-ins. Is there a heat map for him here? Where are we? And look, he did play West Coast as well, so 110.95, pretty impressive. Okay, so it looks like he was more on the wing. All right, weird. I thought he dropped back a few times, but I don't know how he got such a big score then. That's strange. What did he get? 13 kicks, 5 handballs, 9 marks. Wow. Okay. Oh, sorry. What am I looking at here? Yep. 12 disposals. Okay, only 4 marks, couple of tackles, a goal. Interesting. All right. I don't know. I don't love it. He's could be a really good pick. I think some of the round 2 winner or something picked him. So well done. But I want to pick Tim Kelly. I think he's a chance to be a keeper up forwards. It's risky. He got dropped round 1 and now he's back. Look at, I mean, yeah, he's got a tough run, but he used to play for Geelong. Sometimes that can be good. They can come back and be fired up. Look at these scores against Sydney. Not great against Freo, but still some good scores there as well. 90 and a 119. Yes, they're both in wins, but the thing is, when he plays, they've won, right? They've come from behind and won as well. I think he's got better support around him now. He's got Reed doing pretty well this year. Dersma's firing. So you look at 2025, this was a pretty bad year for him. And that's where he sort of said that he lost, the love for the game and got dropped. He had some shocking games. But towards the end of the year, I don't know what happened, but these 5 games, he averaged about 95. So you could expect this sort of scoring, right? And maybe he's already done the 121 last week. I'd be happy if he went in about 95 again. I hope he doesn't drop at 67. That's going to be really, those 60 scores, really annoying. But this is what we want to see from Tim Kelly. And if you go back even further, 2024, he's really consistent. Right, yeah, he still drops some shit scores. Look, 2 shit scores in a row, and his average was still at 93. And again, yeah, really inconsistent, but we're going to get that from our forwards. In that rough year, he averaged 95 for the year. And look at the prices. He got to about 500k, even 550 if he gets on a roll, right, when he was averaging 100. So I think he's a genuine chance to be a keeper up forward. Right, and if you look how thin the forwards are, Petrarca's going to be there. So you got Sheasel, Petrarca, and then it drops off by a mile. Well, maybe we could get Darcy, maybe Rankin, who's really dropped off the cliff as well. I'll get back to that in a moment, but this is what the team's looking like. So I'm spending all my cash, which is going to make it tough to make these upgrades next week. I don't really want to boost again, but this is pretty much fixing up my team now to full strength, with cash gen hopefully as well, if Sharp gets named, and Xerri as well. Again, I can reverse the Xerri option. But this is what I'm sort of looking at. So ideally, right, when it's after this week, it's going to be more like this. That's going to be my forward line, with DeGoey up to Petrarca when he's back. And then you've pretty much got the best forwards, I think. And then you can take a risk on the other. Robertson might even stay. Bont at flex, eventually with all the DPPs, that can be changed as well. So pretty much got all the guns there as well. And then just need to work on the defence there up to Whitfield or Messiah. So it's going to leave me with 33 trades left. No money in the bank, but I'm going hard here in the forward line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 playing, where most might only have 4 as well. And we don't know what to expect from Lombard, so that could be he might get dropped as well, right? So this could be a huge advantage getting Tim Kelly on field. It sucks so that I can't get Cook down there, but I could trade up someone. Yeah, I've played around with a few different options, but that's where I sort of landed on. So these are my trades: Bont, Kelly, who I hope's a keeper, and then the cash cow. And I'm really, let's say Filippo makes another 100k and Tim Kelly makes another 100k. It kind of cancels each other out anyway with that low break even. If Tim Kelly gets back to about 500 for the year, I think that's going to be pretty good. So And then in defense, I'm really just going to loop. Who's playing first? Oh, I can't even loop him. That sucks. Maybe Windsor, Blackiston. Oh, jeez. Okay. Well, that does suck. I can't even loop these guys because they're playing each other. So I need to have a think about what I'm going to do in defense here. Maybe I have to loop Houston. Oh, jeez, that sucks. Maybe I'll just loop Houston for Sinclair, and then I'll probably who's averaging more? Sarong 59. I'll probably play Lindsay on field, I guess. Yeah, that's probably what I'm going to land on going into this week. So, just looking at the forwards though, I just want to highlight. So we've got total points. Pretty. I mean, where's this Harvey Thomas come from? Jeez, but yeah, he's not playing this week. So average, definitely don't trust Tracy. Bolton, oh geez, I don't trust that either. If Young comes back soon, just I don't know. I've seen so many people get burnt on Bolton. He's a huge pod. Wow, 30% still at Petrarca. That's interesting. Let's see when he comes back though. But obviously you want to end up with Petrarca and Sheasel, and then it drops off a mile, right? Like, well, I expect Tim Kelly to go at 95. He can go at 100 or more. McInerney I like as well, but he was pretty disappointing in his last game. I thought he was a really good chance. Yeah, 142 and 90, but backed it up with that 77. Not really sure, yeah, if he's going to be a forward keeper, but he could be a really good pod as well. So keep an eye on him. I'm not too confident Kocius is going to back that up, but geez, he's playing Richmond though. You never know. He's been in the system for ages. Average 49. Got a couple. He's very inconsistent, but I thought he was a forward. Then he was a back. 67. Yeah. I don't know. I just can't. See, he's got some big scores, but backs it up with some low ones. Scores 80. This could have been when he was playing in defense, I think, before he got moved in 2023. So, you know, we can dig deeper into that, but I just don't know if I want to go there. But geez, if he gets a good score against Richmond, he's going to make a lot of money. That's at 67. Oh, I might have to reconsider that. Maybe I just look at making cash and drop Lukosius drop Kelly for Lukosius. One to think about tonight. But also Myers and Pickett, I think these guys are capable of going at 100 as well. So keep an eye on them if they get cheap as well. They could be good, pods to have in the forwards. Bailey, I'm not too confident in. I'm not sure on Harvey Thomas. Have to look into that. But geez, he's gone under the radar. And then it sort of drops off. I'm not sure these guys are going to maintain that sort of 90 plus averages. Definitely wouldn't go Gunston, Watson, not too sure I would either. And then Flanders, I think, should improve. I think he's good for a 90 plus. Hopefully he gets back to that 95. But everyone's got him anyway, so I'm just going to keep him for the moment. Definitely no issues. And possibly Rochelle could be one as well. So where's let's sort by highest price. Where are these gone? Yeah, Rankin's going to drop. Look at this, a 34. 207. I mean, let's just watch this. Is he going to be one that we actually want to bring in? I'm not even sure anymore, but geez, he could be very, very cheap soon. If he drops down to 450 from 550, he could be a sneaky option to bring in as well. So huge pod, but yeah, big watch and see. Thilthorpe, maybe Darcy. Yeah, Darcy's the one I want to watch as well. Currently in 10%. Pretty high break even. I mean, he's honestly got a chance of meeting that this week against Essendon. 150. He could do it again. Yeah, look. He's just a fun pick, right? He's going to get really big scores, but as a key forward, he needs to kick goals, chop out a bit in the ruck as well. But yeah, that big score is probably you'd expect Essendon, and then I'm not sure. He hasn't really got, yeah, look the way he's going to end the season. You know, you got Richmond, North, Carlton, Melbourne. Like these, they could all just fall, and West Coast as well. They could all just fall off a cliff. He could be a really sneaky option to have, even with an 87. Yeah, at 440. Yeah, he could be a fun pick, even if he ends up an F7. Just someone to loop as a key forward could be really good. But yeah, Bolton, geez. So it's going to be hard with the forwards. I do like Tim Kelly. I want to take that risk. He's way down, you know, and I prefer Kelly over Graham. And I think that's backed up by the CBAs as well. 60 and 72. Robertson getting the bulk of them as well. Reed's number one. And they won these games, by the way. And then you got Graham probably getting pushed out a little bit. Yo injured as well. So even with Yo, like they pretty much had seniors all back, and Kelly was was there. So I think he's going to be a good option this year, but I just have to weigh up if I'm going to go Lukosius or not. So that's how the team's looking. Looking to boost, looking to go hard in the forwards. Possibly could go Lukosius as well. What's that going to look like? Leave me with 181, so that's an option as well. Playing Richmond. Be interesting to see where he's named on the team sheets, but not as a keeper, just as a cash cow. That's it. Let me know your thoughts. Good luck, everyone.